How's it going, guys? It's Cole with See-Through Panel. Gonna do an overview of Alex Ross's first graphic novel, Fantastic Four: Full Circle, published by Marvel Arts, an imprint of Abrams Comic Arts, and retailing for 25 USD. So first off, just surface level, I think the dust jacket on this, where I usually find dust jackets to be useless and kind of just usually annoying, to be frank, this one has a nice use in that it has a painted origin story of the Fantastic Four on the inside fold out, which is really, really cool. The bookends also are beautiful and are the same as the back bookends. The cover, aside from the dust jacket, is a nice metallic blue with the light play actually, I think, referencing some things that happen inside the book where the characters get new costumes and the light bounces off the costumes in a similar way, which I think is a nice aesthetic choice for Alex Ross to make, I'm sure purposefully. So, before we get too into it, obviously Fantastic Four created by Stan and Jack, art and script by Alex Ross, colors by Alex Ross with Josh Johnson, and lettering by Ariana Marr. And immediately on the first page you can see Alex Ross is not doing his typical painted style. He's doing a more flat comic book, kind of a classic comic booky style, which works just wonderfully. He transitioned perfectly from that painted style to this. He has shown this style off before on the interiors of JSA issue relating to Kingdom Come, but this I think is just the next level, the extension of that. And in terms of script, I think he did a great job. His script is obviously very he very much reveres Kirby and his original ideas, you can tell, and has a very classic sense of storytelling that I think is really refreshing and really fun. Whereas the art is just gorgeous on every page. Very expressive, very hyper-detailed. The colors are definitely my favorite aspect of this book. As I said before when I was talking about that logo on the front, later in the book, without going into too much spoilers, this is not a terribly important thing, they get new costumes that are kind of similar in the way they reflect light to that same logo on the front of the book, which is used to great effect later in this book, which I'll definitely show off. I'm going to be showing some visual things. I don't think they're direct spoilers, but if you haven't read it and you're worried about getting spoiled, just read it first and then come back, and I think we'll probably agree that it is just a gorgeous book through and through. A lot of texture on the art, some Kirby technology style there. There's a lot of dot pitch used very subtly in some of it, and also that painted style I talked about, the classic Alex Ross style, shows itself a little bit sometimes, just at the perfect moments, which is really nice balance between that, his more traditional comic book style, and then the Kirby technology that is so prominent. I love when he breaks out the painted style. I think it's really, really well done, especially in pages like this, where you've got a very Kirby-esque facial structure, very classic comic book look there, and then immediately full painted background of some cosmic insanity there. More Kirby technology over here. These new costumes, like I talked about, will be used to fantastic effect in pages like this, which is just Alex Ross just really showing off, I think, and he deserves to, because the two styles go so well together, and the way the colors bounce off of the costumes are just so good to me. So lifelike, but also works really well on the page. This page particularly, I think Kirby works with metal in a similar way to Kirby. It looks different, but I think it's reminiscent, because Kirby had a lot of very abstract ways of creating technology that Alex Ross does in a similar fashion, differently, but kind of a little referential in my opinion. And when I was talking about the new costumes and the colors being my favorite thing, that page was obviously very cool color-wise, but this next page is really like a blacklight poster. And these costumes make it so much better. The pink and the blue that bounce off of them. And the story is just classic Fantastic Four stuff. It's a negative zone story, and it relates to an old Stan and Jack issue of Fantastic Four that he's kind of extending and making an epilogue to, and in that way, it's really works well because you could tell he's got a lot of reverence for Jack Kirby's work here, and he does not disappoint. I think Kirby would very much agree that this is a logical extension of his own work. So without going into too much detail, I really think this book is worth your time, from the writing to the art to especially the colors. I think it's super interesting and there's a lot to look into. If you treat it like a regular comic, sure, you could read it in 30 minutes, but to actually get all of the art, to soak in all of the detail and the process, would take a long time. And there's a lot of rereadability to this as well. It references things from modern Fantastic Four, so it works well in the modern canon if you care about that sort of thing. But clearly, Alex Ross is more focused on doing a classic Fantastic Four story with gorgeous modern art. So I loved this. For $25, it's a ridiculous deal to get this. You never see this from Alex Ross. This is his first graphic novel, obviously, so I really hope he does another, because this, I would have to assume, was a success. For me, it was a success on all levels, so I really enjoyed it. If you guys got it, let me know what you thought. I really assume that this is going to be a hit, no matter who's reading it, but let me know what you think in the comments. Really appreciate you guys watching. Thanks. Peace.